I look for good actors, first of all, and people who bring something to a role that wouldn't ordinarily be there. Christopher Reeve seemed to be the perfect choice to play this kind of very strong, every man, every father, country doctor, a doctor who is looked up to, has a great deal of quiet dignity and strength. Linda Kozlowski is an actress highly underrated for her dramatic abilities. She's a tremendous actress, and she plays the principal of the school. She has a real quality on film that's very, very difficult to describe, but it's very powerful. And Kirstie, I've liked her work ever since that's Star Trek II, I believe it was. And she makes a great contrast. She's from the outside. She's a scientist. She has a kind of Katharine Hepburn-esque flair to her character. And she gets to come into the town and be very elegant and fun. And yet she's playing some tremendously dramatic scenes. Originally, The Village of the Damned, the first movie, was condemned by the Catholic Church because it contained virgin birth. And it's serious. And it was a big controversy around it. Now I think that's a little less so. But we get into areas, the whole idea of giving birth to children that aren't quite, there may be something wrong with your child. Or your child may be taking you over. Or your child may really not have any feelings. May be sociopathic. May not care about other beings as beings, but simply objects. That seems to resonate with some of the things that are going on in the world today. And I think it's simply taking a classic science fiction story, classic setup, and then adding layers of kind of modern life and our modern dilemma onto it. And it really isn't that complicated. Children are evil. The children are out to control and destroy us. They are not human, except for one who is possibly human. They are the villains. We are innocent. We humans in the town, represented by the small town, we're all trying to live together. And the town's idealized somewhat. I think this is a kind of town, a small town in all our hearts that we'd love to be from. And it pits our humanity against their superior power. And they're definitely evil. And they definitely want to burn our butts. The children are telepathic. They can read your mind, but they can do one additional thing. They can control you. They can make you do whatever they want you to do. They can take over your mind. They can basically paralyze you. And they could say, what you're going to do now is take a gun and put it to your temple and pull the trigger. And you would be unable to stop doing it because they're controlling you. But you would know what was happening. So it's a rather terrifying situation where you are aware that you're hypnotized. You're aware that you're going to kill yourself, or you're aware that you have to do something. And it's the power of mind that is their biggest strength. They don't have a power. They're not strong. They're not many of them, but they have the superior intellect. And really, it's a mirror for ourselves. Science fiction is taking some kind of scientific idea, whether it's life on other planets, whether it's space travel, whether it's disease, whatever the basic idea of science is, and kind of making it larger than life and bringing it right into our lives.
I'm a local doctor. It's kind of a tiny town, probably the size really of Point Reyes, California, where we're shooting. Population 300, 350. So there's a clinic, probably a couple doctors, and I'm one of them, but I'm, I guess, the guy that the town is used to turning to for leadership. So the dilemma that Alan finds himself in is that as a doctor and as a husband and as a father, he's really challenged on all three fronts, and he has a hard time believing, as parents naturally would, hard time believing that a sweet little baby that he and his wife have theoretically produced could be so evil, malignant. They became conceived all at the same time in a lot of different locations around the world. So it was a well orchestrated plot. And finally, all the other colonies have been destroyed by secret government agencies, and this is the only colony left. and finally we take matters into our own hands. In playing the part, one of the things that I've been working on very conscientiously is that if these children have no emotion, if they are absolutely bland and flat and dangerously vacant, then we, the humans, have to be really full, so that we are full of feelings, so that we laugh when we laugh, and we love intensely. And my relationship with my wife is really good. It's not a boring suburban marriage where it's like, oh, honey, you know, what's for dinner? This is a couple still in love and have picked this idyllic little town to live in. So there's a lot of intensity and color to the grown-ups as contrast. And then late in the movie, which you're seeing me dressed now for late in the movie, the brown, the tired makeup and stuff, you gradually see us drained by this experience, like the children have sort of sucked the life out of us. And so Alan Scott has to be a character who's full of conscience, full of responsibility, full of humanity, who finally says, well, I mean, he's lost his wife, his daughter is obviously intractable, she is the leader of the aliens, he has nothing left to live for. And he makes the sacrifice. He's able to literally build a brick wall in his mind, which they do their very best to destroy, but too late.
I think he's really brilliant at this. He's probably brilliant at anything he does, but he's really brilliant at this type, horror movies. And I've never done a horror movie. I've done horror movies, but not a horror. So I thought this would be a big challenge. And John is the best. I think we can't coexist because these are evil aliens, do you know? Like there are evil humans, there are also probably evil aliens. And this little batch just happens to be evil, you know? You can probably think of little batches of evil humans that you might know. Oh, she's not the villain in the film. She's the antagonist in the film, somewhat. But the children are the villains in the film. You know, they're the bad guys. I think they're sort of on the same team. I don't think she's really a team player, actually. I think that she thinks that she's in Hickville, and these guys are all podunk idiots, and that, maybe she knows that Dr. Chafee is the opinion leader in the community, and that's the relevant part to her, is he's the opinion leader, and whatever he says will go with the town people. And so she's trying to, in the beginning, woo him over to her side so she can get the town to agree to do experiments and things on the children and themselves. And I don't think she's an enemy of his in any way. She's much more scientific than he is. He's much more of a compassionate person. In fact, if there were going to be aliens, this is how it would happen, because people are always looking up for the aliens. They're always looking into outer space. And it's never made sense to me why anyone would think an alien is from another planet. Why don't they think they're from a different dimension? Or why don't they think they're coexistent right now and we just haven't identified them?
I play actually probably the character that people can most relate to in the film. I'm just a small town girl, and my husband dies early on in the film because what happens is all of a sudden one day everybody just faints. And when we wake up, most of the women in town are pregnant. And at the time when everybody faints, my husband's driving. And so he's killed early on. And so I'm left by myself in this town, being one of the women who's pregnant and having to deal with that on my own. And of course, it's very strange. And then the babies are born, and they're very, very odd little children. And so my character is just sort of a single parent, a single mom who's trying to deal with this on her own. This movie is interesting because it's not your just average horror movie where, lots of blood and gore and screaming and whatever. It's really a lot about people, and it really emphasizes the human beings and what they're going through. And it's one of the things that attracted me to it. I think people can relate to it today because we are having lots of problems with our youth. And I like that at the end, if there is a message, it is one of hope, no matter how bad things get. And that humanity and human beings will be good in the end and will triumph. My child actually has some human emotions. The other children are much colder, as we've noticed. And my child, for some reason, seems to have some human qualities. There's hope for him. There's a spark of humanity in him. And my character really clings to that.
So it's intriguing to me that in people of the cloth, people that have religious convictions, must have the ability to make that leap of faith that the Red Sea's parted and 2 loaves fed thousands and so forth. That's an integral part of their belief. So here you have a character whose all of his beliefs are shaken by the events that occur in this town. It's a wonderful, wicked sort of tale. It's why we like The Twilight Zone and why we like the many variations of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the idea of losing your identity or losing your humanity, losing your emotions. There's something about a small town that becomes a character unto itself. And in an ensemble piece like this, you take the traditional role of the religious figures in the town, and that's all part of the mosaic that makes up the whole town. It's amazing to find that they still exist. I feel I'm so cynical. I was out looking at the main street thinking, this looks like the backlot at Warner Brothers. It's not real. Well, it's children are so able to be exactly where they have to be instantly. It makes actors who've trained and taken courses jealous in a way, because they're instantly there. You can see it as soon as they yell cut, they turn back into normal, happy-go-lucky children. And yet when they're on camera, they're so focused. I mean, I watch over the monitor and it's spellbinding. These are beguiling children, and then with their hair the color it is, and them dressed monochromatically in gray, and they get them all lined up, and they all drop any vestiges of humanity. It's thrilling. It really is. I'm theology. Chris is medicine. Linda is motherhood. It's all there, you see. And the more people can feel comfortable in the community of Midwich, and the more we can make them feel, that's my town, that's my teacher, that's my policeman, the more unsettling it'll be.
Well, it's in fact exactly 35 years to the month that we made the original Village of the Damned in England. We shot it in October, November 1959. So that's 35 years, exactly. A long time ago. I mean, it's quite different, I'm sure, from the way Village of the Damned will look today, because after all, it is 35 years, and it's a different circumstances, different country, different people. But it still has that same kind of appeal of ordinary people putting into extraordinary situations. The original Village of the Damned seems to have been shown for years and years and years, and still keeps repeating from time to time. So it must have touched some kind of chord in people, and I think the same chord should be struck by this one. It's much easier to confine it into a community, a close community, and when something like this happens, this close community gets disturbed and gets corrupted almost by what is happening. It's easier to show this in a small village, particularly if it's a small village where people still live in the old way. Then in a city it would become more dispersed.
36 Charlie, take 1.
Speed! Mark! And background! Action!
I don't know what to do. Can I call you?
Of course you can. By the way, I suggest you read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes once said, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Bye.
Oh, in one village, they use low-level nuclear weapons. I've been told to pack and get out. I'm leaving tonight, Alan. Do the same thing. Get out as soon as you can.
Okay, now.
Alan, get out.
Get out
while
of it,
you can.
Alan, are you kidding?
Thank God I don't have to quote anybody, for God's sakes.
Not Sherlock Holmes. That if your guys are going to be packing up out front when we find you, mate, are you guys parked? This. I'm over there by artist drop. And in the background, we can see vehicles going that way, okay? And let's do this real slow, Chris. So you come on out.
Quietly, folks.
All sorts of alarms off, all sorts of stuff happening. What's going on? Fire trucks going by. You get hit him with a line right there.
Some kind of big accident out by the bump.
Trucks going by.
Mark. Background! Action! Background!
Some kind of big accident, Doc, out by the bar.
Alan, wait! I was just informed that the other towns with blackout children have been destroyed.
What? You want all of them?
And everyone in them.
Save it. That was 141, take one. Fine.
Slow. Don't say it again. So you guys stay back for this.
Somebody give me a mark. Yeah.
Now you what? What you now can you see it? Want to see those two leaves? See those two leaves right there? Okay, now don't get in front of her. That's what you want to do is just keep the light off. That's perfect. You guys just fill in around, okay? Fill in. So then you want to tuck a little bit that way. There you go. Come on up with the rest. That's it. That's where you want to end up, okay?
I'm still looking around.
And still look good. Okay, one more time. Here we go.
Resetting, please. Hey, camera mark. Doing camera mark. 2B mark. And action. Very good. Be good. What are you waiting for? You got your orders. And cut. Cut. Yes, sir. You see what sir? B marker. Clear. What are you waiting for? You got your orders?
All right, stay down there, Ron. Stay down there. Ow. All right, let's...
Ow.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I think is your line. I think it's after, isn't it?
No.
No, it's before.
It's before. But I
So
didn't...
it would be after you turn around before you step forward.
Right.
So you take your cue to step forward off of the line.
So I fight my way through the crowd to get to...
And you'll be have two torches in your hand when you arrive. Is that Stop, Sarah.
I just have an Art Deco lamp. No.
And so when I get to the front of the crowd, then I have, because I'm kind of yelling to you. Cease!
Stop! Got you. Slowly drop the torch. Get up slowly. And your feet are on fire. More. More. Up in the flame, in the frame. Higher. Higher. Cut! Good. Cut!
That's 150 damage.
Cut! Go right away. Keep the torches up.
Okay.
We'll go right away, folks. Right away, please. Here we go. Quiet, please. Action.
Not on her head yet.
Want me to hold the torch up on her head? Just below her head?
In the middle. Oh, it's getting obscene now. And I can't get her head because there's not enough on it.
What happened?
So just good, good, good. Holy. Okay, let's back and forth. Pull her over. And cut. Great. Very good.
Save it.
Shit, I'm so sorry. It's like stuck to her face or something.
Save it.
520. Huh? More than anything else, just to see how it frames up.
Are you going to use a lot of the sound, or are you going to have to double up?
I hate looping sound. I'd rather use it live.
Here we go,
So I'm trying to get it all live.
Stay very quiet now, folks.
One nice and quiet, folks.
Okay, sparks flying in here.
Folks, we're walking this way now.
Extra careful with the torches.
Guys, be careful with your torches, folks. A lot of little cinders falling out there.
Falling now, pay attention, please. A lot of shaking. Ready, Dusty?
Here we go.
That's the set. Okay, and rolling.
Sound speed. 2D1, marker only. And action, Kurt. You're driving. Coming around the bend. And Kurt. 1, 2, 3. And cut.
Cut. How was it, Dusty? That's a cut.
Good.